folks, and hope you're enjoying the Christmas season, festive season, and pretty windy here in Dripsey, County Cork, Ireland this evening. We're bracing ourselves and hoping the broadband will hold out, and if we stay silent you can probably hear all the wind howling outside and the draft up and down the chimney. So it's kind of seasonal enough, I think, once we get to keep the lights on, Kathleen, yeah?
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
I hope we're all relaxing in Christmas time and taking things easy, because I certainly am. I think you are too, Kathleen, to the best of our ability.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to keep it nice and calm this evening, so we might as well just sit down, relax, and enjoy the last episode of the season and of the year. 42nd episode, it's hard to believe. And still going, for better or for worse, but we'll keep it going as long as we're able. And embrace the new year, and there's going to be a week gone shortly from the shortest daylight day, so hopefully things are looking up and that the vaccines will do their job. And we'll leave the COVID from now, Kathleen. That's the last of the COVID for tonight. So we're going to relax, not worry. So here it goes. Anyway, we'll do a song called Cindy. This is an old favourite in the old time and folk music of America. And she seems to be a nice lady, a bit wild like you, Kathleen. A mountain lady, I think.
I'm very quiet.
It's always makes me think of Pete Seeger and Peggy Seeger, this one, and it's called Cindy. And Cindy, she comes from way down south. She's so sweet that honeybees swarm around her mouth. Get along home, Cindy, Cindy, get along home. Get along home, Cindy, Cindy, I'll marry you someday. The first time I saw Cindy, she was standing by the door, her shoes and stockings on her feet and her feet all over the floor. Get along home, Cindy, Cindy, get along home. Get along home, Cindy, Cindy, I'll marry you someday. She hugged me and she kissed me and called me sugar plum. She thrown her arms around me, I thought my time had come. Get along home, Cindy, Cindy, get along home. Get along home, Cindy, Cindy, I'll marry you someday. I'll marry you someday. Thank you, folks. I think we're off. We got a few looking in, Kathleen?
We sure have.
A few requests? Okay. I mean, as I said, I'm in an easy mood this evening, so I don't mind bending the rules of it. I sang this one last week, and it kind of gave me an opportunity to sing this song after many years. I used to sing it years ago, and it's a nice song that was a big hit for Spud, an Irish kind of country rock folk act called Spud. It was, you remember it in the charts, Kathleen?
I sure do.
It's a nice song. It might have come from kind of Steel I Span, kind of. Okay, it's called The Wind in the Willows. As I went to walking one morning in spring, I met with some travellers in an old country lane. One was a young man, the second a maid, and the third was a young boy who smiled as he said, with the wind in the willows and the birds in the sky, there's a bright sun to warm us wherever we lie. We have bread and fishes and a jug of red wine to share on our journey with all of mankind. I asked them to tell me their name and their place, that I might remember their kindness and grace. My name is Joseph, this is Mary, my wife, this is our young son, who is our delight. With the wind in the willows and the birds in the sky, there's a bright sun to warm us wherever we lie. We have bread and fishes and a jug of red wine to share on our journey with all of mankind. So sadly I left them in that old country lane. I knew that I never would see them again. One was an old man, the second a maid, and the third was young Jesus, who smiled as he said, with the wind in the willows and the birds in the sky, there's a bright sun to warm us wherever we lie. We travel the whole world by land and by sea to tell all the people how they can be free. With the wind in the willows and the birds in the sky, there's a bright sun to warm us wherever we lie. We have bread and fishes and a jug of red wine to share on our journey with all of mankind. We have bread and fishes and a jug of red wine to share on our journey with all of mankind. Thank you, folks. The winds are howling outside. And, okay, there's a few requests, Kathleen, there, is there?
Yeah.
I was going to say to you, maybe the Galway Shawl, the Queen of Connemara, and the ordinary man Dutchman. Okay, we'll bend all the rules tonight, and I'll do as many as I can for you folks, and we'll go with the flow, as I say, in so much as we can. And okay. Okay, Alan Jones, great to have you on board. Alan, you're very loyal listener to us, and thank you all. Take the opportunity of thanking you all for being so loyal through the pandemic, and being so kind to us, and we're keeping the numbers up reasonably good, Kathleen, aren't we? I can see it, Kathleen,
Can you
perfectly.
see from there? Yeah. Perfect.
And it's great to have you folks. It means a lot to us, and I hope it's helping you in these times. Because as I said, a performer is no good without an audience, and it helps me to perform. Because as I said to some of my peers, you can be practicing in your bedroom until the cows come home, but you won't be actually performing to an audience. Pretty daunting at the beginning. I'm starting to kind of not take any notice of the camera anymore, because I'm confident there's someone out there listening. And Kathleen, you can probably vouch for that, looking into the back ass of the camera.
Oh, it can't.
You're not sure.
No, it's not easy. No, it's not.
Maybe
It's
it's a new,
crazy.
it's a new experience that I can take with me when this thing's over, and we might do streams on a regular basis, even if COVID passes, maybe every month or something like that. But anyway, I'm being hopeful, and so should you. Okay, the Galway Shawl, one of my favourite songs, Irish songs, Alan has asked for, and great love song. Near Oran Bow, in the county Galway, one pleasant evening in the month of May, I spied a damsel. She was fair and handsome, her beauty fairly took my breath away. She wore no jewels, no costly diamonds, no paint nor powder, oh none at all. She wore a bonnet with a ribbon on it, and round her shoulder was a Galway shawl. She kept on talking, we kept on walking, till her father's cottage came into view. She said, "Come in, sir, and meet me father," and they to please him the foggy dew. I played the blackbird and the stack of barley, Rodney's glory and the foggy dew. She sang each note like an Irish linnet, till the tears they fell from her eyes of blue. She wore no jewels, no costly diamonds, no paint nor powder, oh no, none at all. She wore a bonnet with a ribbon on it, and round her shoulder was a Galway shawl. But as early, all in the morning, I hit the road goodbye, sir. Then she cried and kissed me, but my heart remains with the Galway Shawl. She wore no jewels, no costly diamonds, no paint nor powder, oh no, none at all. She wore a bonnet with a ribbon on it, and round her shoulder was a Galway shawl. She wore no jewels, no costly diamonds, no paint nor powder, oh no, none at all. She wore a bonnet with a ribbon on it, and round her shoulder was a Galway shawl, and round her shoulder was a Galway shawl. For you, Alan, hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much.
Jimmy Farrell said to give you a hello to Pat.
Hi, Jimmy. How you doing, man? Jimmy is a fellow folk singer at the other side of the pond, and he sings mostly Irish, and he's with a name like O'Farrell, he must be. And best wishes to you and your family, Jimmy, and well done with all the singing and the online stuff. Hopefully we can meet in person sometime soon. Eamon McMahon, I'm doing a song for you next. I'll do the Dutchman. It's a beautiful love song. I love this song. I do it for our Dutch friends as well, who send in the weekly photograph that we put on our event. And that's Mechild, and I'm probably pronouncing Mechild, or I'm pronouncing it probably all wrong, but I know Waylon and Edwin is correct. But she's forgiven me so far, but I think she's going to forgive me forever.
She would, of
Thank
course.
you. And also, it was requested by Heather Reid, Kathleen, the Dutchman as well, yeah?
Yeah.
So we'll hit two with one, as they say. And beautiful love song about an old couple, and the male in the couple, the relationship is shell-shocked from fighting in the wars, and he's beginning to go crazy and losing it in many departments. And his lifelong partner, Margaret, still loves him as much as she did when they were young and agile, and she does lovely, really nice things for him. She walks along the cobblestone streets of Amsterdam, holds his hand in case he falls and hurts himself. She sews love in his clothes. The nicest one that Kathleen, you started to do for me many years ago, is she puts whiskey in his tea. And as I always say, Kathleen got it ass about face, and she puts tea in my whiskey. Who might complain?
You never complain. You like it.
Beautiful chorus. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuider Zee. Long ago I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. Dutchman's not the kind of man keep his thumb jammed in the dam that holds his dreams in. That's the secret only Margaret knows. Amsterdam is golden. In the morning Margaret brings some breakfast. She believes him. He thinks the tulips bloom beneath the snow. He's mad as he can be, but Margaret only sees that sometimes she sees her unborn children in his eyes. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuyder Zee. Long ago I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. The Dutchman still wears wooden shoes, his cap and coat are patched with love that Margaret sewed in. Sometimes he thinks he's still in Rotterdam. He watches tugboats down canals, calls out to them when he thinks he knows the captain. Till Margaret comes to take him home again, through unforgiving streets that trip him though she holds his hand. Sometimes he thinks he's alone and he calls her name. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuyder Zee. Long ago I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. The windmill swirls the winter in, she winds his muffler tighter. They sit in the kitchen, tea with whiskey keeps away the dew. He sees her for a moment, calls her name, she makes his bed up, singing some old love song. She learned it when the tune was very new. She hums a line or two, they hum together in the night. Dutchman falls asleep and Margaret blows the candle out. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuyder Zee. Long ago I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. And again, let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuyder Zee. Long ago I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. Written by an American by the name of Mike Smith. I'll also send that out to Gail Skidmore, who's an American from San Diego, great artist, writing hundreds of songs and living in the Netherlands with her husband. And hello, Gail. And you should look her music up. I love her voice. We saw her for the first time in reality last March in Huddersfield, and a sweet voice and a great artist, unique. I love what she does with her instruments as well. So thanks, Gail. Wishing you all very good New Year, and hopefully things will get better. Okay, I'll liven it up this time with before I fall asleep and before you fall asleep. On the banks of the roses, me love and I sat down. I took up me fiddle for to play me love a tune. In the middle of the tune, oh, she sighed and she said, "You're a jolly, lovely Johnny, don't you leave me." When I was a young man, I heard my father say that he would rather see me dead and buried in the clay sooner than be married to any runaway. By the lovely sweet banks of the roses, on the banks of the roses, me love and I sat down. I took up me fiddle for to play me love a tune. In the middle of the tune, oh, she sighed and she said, "You're a jolly, lovely Johnny, don't you leave me." Well, then I am a runaway, and soon I let them know that I can take a bottle or can leave it alone. If her daddy doesn't like it, he can keep his daughter at home. And young Johnny will go roaming with another on the banks of the roses, me love and I sat down. I took up me fiddle for to play me love a tune, and in the middle of the tune, oh, she sighed and she said, "You're a jolly, lovely Johnny, don't you leave me." When I will get married, 'twill be in the month of May. The leaves they're green and the meadows they're gay. Me and me true love will kiss and sport and play by the lovely sweet banks of the roses, on the banks of the roses, me love and I sat down. I took up me fiddle for to play me love a tune, and in the middle of the tune, she sighed and she said, "You're a jolly, lovely Johnny, don't you leave me. On the banks of the roses, me love and I sat down. I took up me fiddle for to play me love a tune, and in the middle of the tune, she sighed and she said, "You're a jolly, lovely Johnny, don't you leave me. Jolly, lovely Johnny, don't you leave me." Whoop. Guess what that song was for, Kathleen?
Caramel.
And?
Mary.
Yeah.
Hey.
Mind, I know I only washed the floor this evening in the kitchen, I'll be careful. It's still slippery. Be very careful. Nice and easy. Thank you, folks. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Mary. And I'd like to thank you all for your gifts as well during the year and your donations, and for staying with us. Appreciate it very much. And myself and my daughter Lorna did a Christmas special, and as we were doing for the kids, I had the Santa outfit, and decided to use it, and then I decided let's do it for some charity, and outlived our expectations. It's somewhere over €1,500 at this stage and climbing away, and I'm going to leave it open for a few more, and it's going to the Children in Hospital Ireland Fund. And thank you very much, folks. It just goes to show people from all over the world are so generous, even in these trying times, and hopefully it will make a few children smile a bit wider, as it certainly made me smile wider. And Lorna was great, my daughter. She's made for that kind of thing. I think she should branch out and do some radio or some kids television programs, or even adults. She's got the personality for it, and I think we did okay, Kathleen.
It was fun.
So we kind of we had a plan, but we were winging it a lot of the time, and sometimes I think spontaneity can be nearly better than planned stuff if you're relaxed about it. Well, today in Ireland, folks, we call it St. Stephen's Day. Some people call it Boxing Day, and just to give you a quick synopsis of what St. Stephen's Day means. In Ireland, today is one of the 9, in the Republic is one of the 9 official public holidays, and its name is sometimes shortened to Stephen's Day, particularly in informal contexts. In Irish it is called Lá Féile Stíofáin, or Law on Drolín, meaning the wren day. So it's the wren, the bird, the wren. And when used in the context, wren, it's often pronounced ran. And when I was small, and even up to my adulthood, I took my kids out on what we call, you go out on the ran, and you go out and you'd entertain people with your music, and you'd carry a bag or some kind of a container, and you'd often get some coins and sweets and Christmas left over. I never got turkey, Kathleen, thrown in the bag yet.
Not yet, anyway.
you
Haven't done it
blame
for a
them.
while.
And so it's linking Jesus and the wren bird. And people dress up, as it says here, in old clothes, wear straw hats, and travel from door to door with fake wrens. Previously, real wrens were killed in the old days. They used to kill the wrens. Actually, they go out and capture and kill them. And they dance and sing and play music. And the tradition is less common than it used to be generations ago. And depending on which region of the country, the wren boys were often called mummers. And a mummers festival is held this time of the year in a village called New Inn, County Galway, and in Dingle, County Kerry. And mumming is also a big tradition in County Fermanagh in Ulster. And I know it's very big in Kerry for sure. The ran. And ran, just be, when I say ran, I mean wren as well. So they usually go out with a furze bush and a dead wren on it, or a pretend one these days, hopefully. And the ones I used to know are the following ones were: the ran, the king of all birds. St. Stephen's Day got caught in the furze. So it's up with the kettle and down with the pan. Won't you give us a penny for to bury the ran? And the other one that we used to say a lot down here in the Cork area: the ran, the king of all birds. St. Stephen's Day got caught in the furze. Up with the kettle and down with the pot. Give us a penny and we will be off. So we were stating as it should be, Kathleen. We were looking for money, pocket money. That's what we were looking for. And, so hopefully that was a bit of a background to that. There's a big history to it, and that's it in a condensed format. And okay, so what are we up to next, Kathleen?
The list is all
The list is getting nice
scuttled.
and long.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I had a list here, but it's kind of gone out the window.
I think so. You'll wing it, don't worry.
Eamon McMahon, it's your lucky day, buddy. Your second song's coming up from the bold Christy Moore as repertoire. And Christy got this from Peter Hames. And Christy always tells the story how he got a cassette tape after a concert. One of the many cassette tapes he'd often get from songwriters. And took it away with him and had listened to this song and really loved it, and did a fantastic arrangement and rendition that we're all familiar with. And but it took him a while to track down the actual writer, but that he did. In typical Christy style, he wanted to give the composer the credit, and came out of the recession years, called Ordinary Man, especially for you, Eamon. I'm an ordinary man, nothing special, nothing grand. I've had to work for everything I own. Well, I never asked for a lot, I was happy with what I got. Enough to keep my family and my home. They say the times are hard, they've handed me my cards. They say there's not to work to go around. When the whistle blows, the gates will finally close. Tonight they're going to shut this factory down, to tear it down. I never missed a day, nor went on strike for better pay. For 20 years I served them best I could. Now with a handshake and a check, it seems so easy to forget the loyalty to bad times and to good. Now the old sessy's sad, see that things have got so bad. The captains of industry won't let him loose. He still drives a car, smokes a big cigar. Still he takes his family on the cruise. He'll never lose. Now it seems to be such a cruel irony. He's richer now than ever he was before. Now my cheque is spent and I can't afford the rent. There's one law for the rich, one for the poor. And every day I try to salvage some of my pride, to find some work so that I might pay my way. But everywhere I go, the answer's always no. There's no work for anyone here today. No work today. So condemned I stand, an ordinary man, like thousands beside me in the queue. And they watch me darling wife, trying to make the best of life. And God knows what the kids are going to do. Now that we are faced with this human race, the generation cast aside. For as long as I live, I never will forgive. You've stripped me of my dignity and pride. You stripped me bare. You stripped me bare. No work today. No work today. Thank you so much, folks. Thank you. Okay. There's a documentary series on television these days about the famine in Ireland, and I don't want to get too morbid, but I just saw a post from my friend Pete St. John, the writer of the next song, along with many other beautiful songs that we're all familiar with, and he said, why not give this song a singing over Christmas? And I said, I'd take him by his word. And it's one of my favourite songs, and it depicts the famine, and the landlord Trevelyan is well documented in this series. If you get a chance, I think it's on RTE Player, you can look back at it. It's very well done. About the famine, and you know, how it all started and how it manifested itself. And the Fields of Athenry, this song to my mind at times can be oversung, and there's nothing worse than over-singing a really good song. And this one is, the lyrics and the melody, in my opinion, really is just a perfect match for this song. Send it out to my daughter Emma and Kevin and all the O'Brien family. And let's sing this song and remember those who perished and who had to immigrate. A million people perished in the 1840s, and there was 2 or 3 million by the time 1900 came had immigrated. And some of those immigrations, of course, have brought us good tidings, but you know, how brave and how sad was it? Prison wall, I heard a young girl calling, Michael, they are taking you away, for you stole Trevelyan's corn, so the young might see the morn. Now a prison ship lies waiting in the bay. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields Athenry. By a lonely prison wall I heard a young man calling. Nothing matters, Mary, when you're free. Against the famine and the crown I rebelled, they cut me down. Now you must raise her child with dignity. Though lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. By a lonely harbour wall she watched the last star falling, as the prison ship sailed out against the sky. Now she lives in hope and prays for her love in Botany Bay. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. Thank you so much, folks. Thank you. We'll do a song for Tom Coughlin next. Thanks for asking for this song, folks, and Tom in particular. And UV Kruger will be delighted with you. And the Kruger brothers have kept us entertained throughout the year as well. Big shout out to our friends in North Carolina. Almost too numerous to mention.
I'd be afraid to forget someone.
We'll forget someone, but we might as well mention a few, and you can give out to me if I don't put you in there. We've Morris and Denise Shipman, we've got Patrick and Kate Crouch, and that particular song I sang last, I know Tony Deal, our host in North Carolina in Lenore, he always asked me to sing that song once I introduced him to it. He could feel the emotion. And also to Michael and Donna Fox, and Gail and Tom Watts. Oh man, you know, Kathleen and Bob.
You said Tony and Jenny, didn't you?
Larry Deal and all those folks. Forgive me if I let you out. I blame the coke. And speaking about emotions, this one kind of hit me hard the night I did my 40th anniversary, written by UV Kruger, and about himself and his brother immigrating to the United States, that part of America, North Carolina, and but it's been very well received, and we've been very well received over there, and they've been so generous hosts, along with other people from other parts of the United States. Big shout out to Betts Allen and all the folks in that area, and the Littles in Nazareth, Pennsylvania, and of course our original hosts, Tom and Patty Kennedy, and their friends in Massachusetts, Joe, Kerry Zajac, Eddie Dillon, Cindy,
Mary O'Leary.
Mary O'Leary in
Mary
Boston.
Carter.
Mary Carter.
Bonus.
You fill in the gaps, Kathleen.
Oh,
'cause I'm
pass them because I'll
trying
forget
to
them
remember the
too.
words of songs. And
I'll forget them too.
thanks for asking for this, Tom, and hope everyone is good in Dublin, along with Tom and all his family, and Liz Armstrong, to name but a few, and of course Carmel and Mary. All the places I've been to, all the things that I have seen, since I left my home to wander when I was just 15. Though the travelling was easy, still sometimes the road got rough, and by the time that I turned 35, I thought I'd seen enough. But for me to settle down a while was not what God had planned. So one more time I left my home with my suitcase in my hand. Oh, the journey took me far and wide across the deep blue sea, and now I know since I've been there where I was meant to be. And I've seen sunsets on the ocean, seen the desert bloom, drove the endless highways beneath the prairie moon. Yet the picture in my mind I see when I think about it all is the color of the leaves in Carolina in the fall. For 30 years I've sang the songs Doc has taught to me, and the things that he would sing about I never dreamed I'd see. In the hills of Carolina, folks have opened up the door, and for the first time in my life I'm not a stranger anymore. And I've seen sunsets on the ocean, seen the desert bloom, drove the endless highways beneath the prairie moon. Yet the picture in my mind I see, I think about it all, is the color of the leaves in Carolina in the fall. I see when I think about it all is the color of the leaves in Carolina in the fall. Especially for you, Tom. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you. Thank you. How are we doing, Kathleen?
All good.
Everyone happy?
Everyone happy.
Good, good, good. We'll try and mix up the paces so we don't do too many slow ones together. And here is a slow one, a beautiful love song that, again, Christy Moore collected this one, brought it back from Scotland, and I will send this out to Willie J. Kelly and his Carol, isn't it, Kathleen?
I think so.
I'm very bad at names, Willie, so if it isn't, forgive me, but I think I'm right. Huh?
We apologise if we're wrong.
And we met Willie and Carol on the Icelandic cruise, and Mr. Iceland Gully, if you're looking in, we'll send this one out to you as well. black is the colour of my true love's hair. Her lips are like some roses fair. She's the sweetest smile and the gentlest hands. I love the ground whereon she stands. I love my love, and well she knows. I love the ground whereon she goes. I wish the day it soon would come when she and I could be as one. I go to the Clyde, I mourn and weep, satisfied I never can be. I write her a letter, just a few short lines, and suffer death 1,000 times. For black is the colour of my true love's hair. Her lips are like some roses fair. She's the sweetest smile and the gentlest hands. And I love the ground whereon she stands. Black is the colour of my true love's hair. Thank you for asking for that one, Willie. Hope you enjoyed it. Brought back memories. We'll get on those boats again if we can. What do you think, Kathleen? Are you up for it?
100%.
Hey.
Once all is safe, I'm on it.
Okay, Angela Russell, this one's for you, and you must be reading my mind. If you could read my mind. From the same writer, as a matter of fact, Gordon Lightfoot, and she's looking for Early Morning Rain. And it's raining outside at the moment, folks. I can hear it off the patio door. And the storm is you know, it's pretty high, but we're holding out. Early Morning Rain, all about waiting in airports in the 1960s when the Boeing 707 was the order of the day. I love commercial aircraft. I used to be a big plane spotter when I was younger. Still, if I'm passing an airport and I have time, I'll always drive to the end of the runway, not inside the grounds, outside the fence, you know. And the fences are getting higher, of course, for security, so ideally you should have a step ladder on your car. You can stand up and look over the fence. All right, Kathleen?
Yep.
I've been known to stand on the roof of my car and try not to bend it to get good photographs. Great Gordon Lightfoot. And here it goes, especially for you, Angela. In the early morning rain, with $1 in my hand, with a pockets full of sand. I'm a long way from home, and I'm the smell of one's soul in the early morning rain, with no place to go. Out on runway number 9, big 707 set to go. I'm stuck here in the grass, where the cold winds blow, where the liquor tasted good, and the women all were fast. Well, there she goes, my friend, but she's rolling down at last. Hear those mighty engines roar, see a silver wing on high. She's away and westward bound, high above the clouds she'll fly, where the morning rain don't fall, and the sun always shines. She'll be flying over my home in about 3 hours' time. So airport's got me down, it's no earthly good to me, 'cause I'm stuck here on the ground, old and drunk as I can be. You can't jump a jet plane like you can a freight train, so I'd best be on my way in the early morning rain. You can't jump a jet plane like you can a freight train, so I'd best be on my way in the early morning rain. Thank you. I know Joan O'Reilly likes this song as well, so big shout out to Joan and Neil down there in Shannon, along with their son Sean. And just as I was singing that, Kathleen, I thought of Christmas times with kids and children.
Yeah.
I was thinking about Morning Time Ride,
Nice one.
and it's all stormy and cold and miserable outside, and I can imagine. I can get childish myself, Kathleen, as you know.
I know.
And this one is all about a fictional train that the children climb aboard on, and if they safely travel through the night until the next morning. Morning Town Ride it's called, so they're on their way to morning. We kid for the Seekers back in the 70s, Kathleen, when I was just a little boy. And you were a little older than me at the time.
I was a little toddler.
And I sent this one out to Jenny Lydon, I think. She comes up a lot there, and her mom in Melbourne. And I've got a niece in Melbourne, and also to Caroline Simpson and Jerry and all the crew down there, and Mike Horan, of course. And not forgetting Cavan Haynes and Penelope in New Zealand. And I love this song, Kathleen. Do you like the words of this one? It's a fantastic song.
It's beautiful.
You know, for children. composed it. I must look it up because what a nice idea. Train whistle blowing makes a sleepy noise underneath the blankets for all the girls and boys. Come on. Rock and roll and riding out along the bay, all bound for Morningtown, many miles away. Driver at the engine, fireman rings the bell, Sandman swings the lantern to show that all is well. Here we go. Rock and roll and riding out along the bay, and all bound for Morningtown, many miles away. Somewhere there is sunshine, somewhere there is day, somewhere there is Morningtown, many miles away. Here we go. Rock and roll and riding out along the bay, and all bound for Morningtown, many miles away. And maybe it is raining where our train must ride. All the little travelers are warm and snug inside. Rock and roll and riding out along the bay, all bound for Morningtown, many miles away. Rock and roll and riding out along the bay, all bound for Morningtown, many miles away. All right.
Tom Coughlin just said it was written and performed by Melvina Reynolds
Oh yes.
back in 1957.
Whoa. Morning, Tom. Right. The Seekers must have picked up on the song. Tom, I was too young. Tom, you'll remember it. I was too young. That's the problem. You have a few years on me. Around the same mileage on the clock, but you have a few years on me. Thanks for that information. I must remember that, Kathleen, or write it down somewhere.
I have it written down there.
Good. Thanks for that, Tom. Great. Okay. I'd like at this stage, folks, to remember we've lost a couple of our viewers since the beginning, unfortunately, and especially our dear friend Gerardine Fitzpatrick. We remember her very often in our thoughts and prayers and songs, for sure. And also to Gary Saunders down there in Linor, a very generous man, always played with us when we went to North Carolina, and he'll be greatly missed. And one of the first people I met with Tony Deal in North Carolina, and you know, I didn't bring. Tony said, "There's no need to bring instruments with you. I'll get you guitars and banjo." And Gary was there with his banjo, his own favourite banjo. Just handed it over. Had never met me before. That'll tell you how generous people are, and much appreciate that. And we send. Just remember him and his family as well, and Gerardine and their families, and. Also, a lot of artists have passed in the last year. Some probably would have regardless, but some due to COVID. Most recent, Charlie Pride, of course, and John Prine was one of the first to fall. But all these musical artists left us such a legacy that we can, you know, feed off of and stuff like that. So we'll do this one for Neil and Joan, and also to remember all our friends, because I know Neil does a lovely version of this song. When I was a child, my family would travel out to western Kentucky where my parents were born. There's a backwards old town that's often remembered, so many times that my memories are worn. Daddy, won't you take me back to Newlanburg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking, Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. Sometimes we travel right down the Green River to the abandoned old prison down by Tree Hill, where the air smelled like snakes and we'd shoot with our pistols, but empty pop bottles was all we would kill. And Daddy, won't you take me back to Newlanburg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking, Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. Then the coal company came with the world's largest shovel, and they tortured the timber and stripped all their land. Well, they dug for their coal till the land was forsaken, then they rolled it all down as the progress of man. And Daddy, won't you take me back to Newlanburg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking, Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. When I die, let my ashes go down the Green River, let my soul roll on up to the Rochester Dam. I'll be halfway to heaven with paradise waiting, just 5 miles away from wherever I am. Together. Daddy, won't you take me back to Newlanburg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking, Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. Let's go again. Daddy, won't you take me back to Newlanburg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking, Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. You like that song too, Kathy?
I love it, yeah.
Any more news
Nope.
I need to know about? I think the banjos is getting away with murder there, Kathleen, you?
It's nice and quiet tonight.
I thought you liked the banjo, Kathleen.
Of course I like it.
Okay, the first verse of this mentions around this time mentions I danced on the morning when the world was begun. I danced on the moon and the stars and the sun. Came down from heaven and danced on the earth. To Bethlehem I had my birth. Dance then wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he. Lead you all wherever you may be, and I'll lead you all in the dance, said he. I danced on the Sabbath and cured the lame. The holy people said it was a shame. Stripped, they hung me high, left me there on the cross to die. Dance then wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he. I'll lead you all wherever you may be. I'll lead you all in the dance, said he. I danced for the scribes and the Pharisees. They wouldn't dance and they wouldn't follow me. Danced for the fishermen, for James and John. They followed me, so the dance goes on. Dance dance then, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he. I lead you all wherever you may be, and I lead you all in the dance, said he. I danced on a Friday and the world turned black. It's hard to dance with the devil on your back. They buried my body and I thought I was gone, but I am the life and the dance goes on. Dance then, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he. I lead you all wherever you may be, and I lead you all in the dance, said he. He took me down and I leapt up high. I am the life that will never, never die. I live in you if you live in me. I am the Lord of the dance, said he. Dance then, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he. I lead you all wherever you may be, and I lead you all in the dance, said he. Dance then, wherever you may be. I am the Lord of the dance, said he. I lead you all wherever you may be. I lead you all in the dance, said he. I lead you all in the dance, said he. I lead you all in the dance, said he. Okay. I like the next song myself as well, written by a Canadian, Leonard Cohen, and we say hello to all our Canadian friends. Again, a lot of folks we probably leave out, but especially Kaylee in Calgary, and Jerry Madigan, and to all the folks in Victoria, Vancouver.
Sean and Brady.
Sean and Brady in Calgary as well, and to John Flanagan and his sister Kate, two rogues of the highest order. Kathleen, do you agree there?
Oh, absolutely.
All complimentary, guys, don't take it to heart.
All good.
Jane Elberty and Louise and Ed, and we had a beautiful time there last year. Thank you to all our hosts and good friends for supporting and hosting us. And send this one also to my daughter Emma. I know I mentioned her earlier, but she's online, Kathleen, I think.
She's online now, she is.
Kevin and all the O'Brien family. I heard there was a secret chord David played and it pleased the Lord. You don't really care for music, do ya? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, minor fall and the major lift. The baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Faith was strong, but she needed proof. I saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty and the moonlight overthrew ya. She tied you to her kitchen chair, she broke your throne, she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah. Baby, I've been here before. I know this room, I've walked this floor. I used to live alone before I knew ya. I seen your flag on the marble arch. Love is not a victory march, it's a goal and it's a broken hallelujah. Hallelujah, Maybe there's a God above. All I've ever learned from love is how to shoot somebody who outdrew ya. It's not a cry that you hear at night. It's not somebody who's seen the light. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. 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 Thank you, folks. I hope you liked that one. What are we doing, Tim? Let's see what else have we got here. Oh, yeah. Hallelujah. Fairytale of New York I have down here, Kathleen.
Okay.
And moving on, I'd like to do that one. Okay. I hope you're enjoying it, folks. I'm nice and relaxed this evening. Hopefully you are as well, folks. We're warm and we're safe from the evils of the world. I'm going to do a song especially for one of our loyal listeners, Heather C. Reid, also for our mom, I think looks in. And Heather is a big fan of maritime songs, and this one is about the hooker, the Galway hooker. Some people think it's going to be about a lady straight away, and they don't know enough about it. Heather, we're the only two that know the history of hookers, I think, in the ship form. Maybe you do know, Kathleen, at this stage. I had a bit of explaining to do to Kathleen, but she read up about it and she believed me.
I always believe you.
Oh, my boat can safely float in the teeth of wind and weather, and I'll sail the fastest hooker between Galway and Kinsale. When the black floor of the ocean and the white foam rush together, she will ride in her pride like a seagull through the gale. Oh, she's neat, oh, she's sweet, she's a beauty, every line. The Queen of Connemara is that bounding bird of mine. She's loaded down with fish till the water lifts her gun. Not a drop she'll take on board her that would wash or fly away from the fleet. She moves out swiftly like a greyhound from her kennel, and she'll land her silvery store the first in old Kenvar. white with foam. In the cotton Connemara, there's a wife with wee ones praying to the one who walked the waters once to bring us safely home. Oh, she's neat, oh, she's sweet, she's a beauty, every line. The Queen of Connemara is that bounding bark of mine. Oh, she's neat, oh, she's sweet, she's a beauty, every line. The Queen of Connemara is that bounding bark of mine. Thank you, folks. We're coming up to the end of this evening's episode, the last one for 2020, and 42nd episode. Hopefully we won't have as many in 2021. But we're not going to stop now, Kathleen. It's too late to stop now.
Too late. We'd miss it now.
We'd miss it, and we hope you would miss it as well. And we really appreciate your support throughout the year, all of you folks. And thanks to everyone from all corners of the world, and also to the folks around here in Gypsy and beyond, County Cork, and in Ireland, of course, and all the different places that we used to frequent, or I used to frequent. But Kathleen, you nearly always came with me to places like Timoleague and Rosscarbery and Foley's of Kinmare, of course, the big one. And a big shout out to everyone in Kinmare, and especially the Foley family, to Pat, Marion and Peg Foley and all their lovely family, and been very good to us throughout the years. Got to work there for 15 years plus, and our own Lorna and Ricky worked there as well when it was open, and hopefully it will open back up soon again, full steam. And Timoleague, as I mentioned, all our friends down there, Rosscarbery, Ballincollig, Macroom, all those places, and big shout out to anyone who's missing their families and can't get to see them due to this lockdown in Ireland again. We'll try and stick with it and come out the other side as safe as possible. And this is a song we wrote back in, I think, 2012 or 13, called Moving On, and that's my motto insofar as I can do it. I try to put the past behind me, swim forward, as I say, and send this out to my children and to Kathleen as well, and I hope you like it. When first we came into this world, dependent we were born. Our mother nursed and nourished us for people to adorn. From a little tiny baby, we started soon to grow. Alertness soon developing, our face we donned a glow. Moving on through all our lives to fulfill our dreams is what living is about, at least that's what it seems. You contentment, health and love, but then your soul is blessed. So make the most of every moment and live life to its best. As we move on through our childhood, we continue to learn, striving for good things in life, for success we yearn. Confused and sometimes wondering what life is all about. The things that can confront us will often cast a doubt. Moving on through our lives to fulfill our dreams is what living is about, at least that's what it seems. You've contentment, health and love, but then your soul's blessed. So make the most of every moment and live life to its best. It's time to find a partner to live with and to love, someone that's compatible and fits just like a glove. It's not as easy as it seems to build on what you've got. Trust and care and honesty, you must give it your best shot. Moving on throughout our lives to fulfill our dreams, it's what living is about, at least that's what it seems. If you've contentment and to love, well then your soul is blessed. So make the most of every moment and live life to its best. Soon the children come along and change your way of life. They must fit in somewhere between you and your wife. They will sometimes try and test you to your patience end. You wouldn't change a thing about them, but they become your friends. 'Cause moving on throughout our lives to fulfill our dreams, it's what living is about, at least that's what it seems. If you've contentment held to love, well then your soul is blessed. So make the most of every moment and live life to its best. Growing old is part of life, with this you must contend. For given time upon this earth will reach its fated end. So do the best you can in life until you're called away. Tomorrow it may never come, so live life for today. Moving on throughout our lives to fulfill our dreams, it's what living is about, at least that's what it seems. If you've contentment held to love, well then your soul is blessed. So make the most of every moment and live life to its best. So make the most of every moment and live life to its best. Thank you, folks. That was one of the first songs I was happy with having written it, and I think the sentiments are pretty good myself. Every morning I wake up and pull the blind, a new day begins, embrace it, and try and get up during the morning time if you can, is my motto anyway, regardless. These days you can kind of, maybe five minutes to noon, still morning, isn't it, Kathleen?
Just
Lazy Christmas.
why not?
And, hope you enjoyed it, folks, and we're signing off very shortly, and we can't leave the night go without singing the great Fairytale of New York, Shane MacGowan and Kirsty MacColl. An epic of a song, and are we forgetting anyone, Kathleen? This is going out to all of you folks that I'm forgetting. Was Christmas Eve, babe, in the drunk tank, an old man said some, won't see another one, and then he sang a song. The rare old mountain dew, I turned my face away and dreamed about you. Got on the lucky one, came in 18 to 1. I've got a feeling this year's for me and you. So happy Christmas, I love you, baby. I can see a better time when all our dreams come true. They've got cars big as bars, they've got rivers of gold, and the wind blows right through you, no place for the old. When I first took your hand on this cold Christmas Eve, I told you that Broadway was waiting for me. You were handsome and pretty, Queen of New York City. When the band finished playing, the crowd howled for more. Sinatra was swinging, all the drums they were singing. We kissed on the corner and we danced through the night. All together. The boys of the Inn by PD choir were singing Galway Bay, and the bells were ringing out for Christmas Day. La 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 la. I could have been someone, so could anyone. I took my dreams from you when I first found you. I took them with me, babe, and put them with my own. I can't make it all alone. I built my dreams around you. You're a bum, you're a punk, you're an old whore and junk, lying there on the drip, nearly dead in the bed. You scumbag, you maggot, you cheap, lousy faggot. Happy Christmas, me arse, I pray God it's my loss. All together! The boys of the Inn by PD choir still singing Galway Bay, and the bells were ringing out for Christmas Day. I love you, baby, I can see a better time when all of our dreams come true. The boys from the Inn by PD choir still singing Galway Bay, and the bells were ringing out for Christmas Day. I love you, baby, there's going to be good times, hoping, when all of our dreams come true. There's going to be good times, we hope, as soon as possible.
Can only get better, can't get worse.
Okay, folks, get your phone torches lighting or your candles. Careful now, don't set the house on fire. Will you listen to Light of Mine, Kathleen?
Why not?
Okay. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let's hear it. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine up and down our street, up and down the street. I'm gonna let it shine up and down the streets. Oh, I'm gonna let it shine up and down the street. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Here in my hometown, I'm gonna let it shine. Here in my hometown, oh, I'm gonna let it shine. Here in my hometown, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light, come on. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. One more time. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Thank you so much, folks. Thank you all for listening, and we'll be back next year. So Happy New Year to you from me and
from me.
Behind the scenes, Kathleen. We'll do it, I think, is the 2nd of January is the next one, is it? I think it is.
I think I'd have to check now with the...
Okay, folks, and until then, I'll send this one out to Dave Sheehan and all his lovely family up there in Kildare. And this is a song he suggested I sing at the beginning of COVID, and we're still singing it at the end, so great choice, and we'll do something with it soon, hopefully, Dave. I got one more. I'm singing a little higher than... I'm singing in pub keys tonight, Kathleen. You're telling me something. When we look and we see things are not what they should be, God's counting on me, God's counting on you. When we look and we see things are not what they should be, God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through, 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 me and you. It's time to turn things around, trickle up, not trickle down. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. It's time to turn things around, trickle up, not trickle down. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. When there's big problems to be solved, let's get everyone involved. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. When there's big problems to be solved, let's get everyone involved. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, hoping we'll all pull through, me and you. What we do now, you and me, will affect eternity. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. What we do now, you and me, let's go. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Me and you. Next one is a great one. Now don't give up, don't give in. Working together we all can win. God's counting on me, God's counting on you. Now don't give up, don't give in. Working together we all can win. God's counting on me. Let's go. God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Me and you. Now when we sing with younger folks, we can never give up hope. God's counting on me. God's counting on you. When we sing with younger folks, we can never give up hope. God's counting on me. God's counting on you. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Me and you. One more time. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Hoping we'll all pull through. Me and you. Happy New Year to you all, folks. Until we see you in January, keep well, keep safe, enjoy your festive season. Love you all. Shanta from me and
Kathleen behind the camera.
good girl. The only words you got to say tonight, Kathleen. See you later, folks. Thanks for everything.
Take care, guys.